We just love to worship. We're created to worship. It's what God designed us to do. And to think about God and his infinite power and that he still chooses us. I was just reading through this weekend with a friend, Isaiah 40 and verse 12. And the title over these next couple of scriptures is, "The Lord has no equal." Who else has held the oceans in his hand? Who has measured off the heavens with his fingers? Who else knows the weight of the earth, or has weighed the mountains and the hills on a scale? Who is able to advise the Spirit of the Lord? Who knows enough to give him advice or to teach him? Has the Lord ever needed anyone's advice? Does he need instruction about what is good? Did someone teach him what is right, or show him the path of justice? No. For all the nations of the world are but a drop in the bucket. There are nothing more than dust on the scales. He picks up the whole earth as though it were a grain of sand. All the wood of Lebanon's forest and all the Lebanon's animals would not be enough to make a burnt offering worthy of our God. The nations of the world are worthy nothing to him. In his eyes, they count for less than nothing, mere emptiness and forth. To whom can you compare God? It's just an image of how great God is, and I was sharing that with the worship team this morning, of his infinite power. But to know also that God is that great and he has a father's heart to still choose to be personal with us, that is overwhelming to me. So as we enter this time of worship, if you can just sit on the edge of God's greatness and just dangle your feet off in his great abyss and just imagine how great he is, that he hung the universe with his fingers and he weighs the earth in the palm of his hand, but he still chooses to be concerned with us. And it says in James that he chose us above all creation and took delight in us, took pleasure in us. So just take a minute to imagine God and his greatness, but how personable he is to you this morning. We just thank you for that, God. Will you just meditate on you, God, on your scriptures?
Your love towers over me. A gracious tempest in the sea. Your love is like a storm. Oh. Let your tide of mercy rain. Let it flood my heart again. Surround me like an ocean. Sing your love. Your love is crashing over me, is surging like a raging sea. Immerse me in the wonder of your love. A downpour of unending grace consume me. All my reckless ways, my sins submerged. Your love has saved my soul. Your love is like a storm. Your love is like a storm. Sing your love. Your love towers over me. Gracious tempest in the sea. Your love is like a storm. your tide of mercy, let your tide of mercy rain. Let it flood my heart again, around me like an ocean. Oh, just pour your love on him. Your love is crashing over me, it's searching like a raging sea. Immerse me in the wonder of your love. A downpour of unending grace consume me, all my reckless ways, my sins submerge. Your love has saved my soul. Your love is crashing over me, it's searching like a raging sea. Immerse me in the wonder of your love. Your downpour of unending grace consume me, all my reckless ways, my sins submerged. Your love has saved my soul. Your love is like a storm. Psalm 116 says, I love the Lord, for he heard my voice. He heard my cry for mercy. Because he turned his ear to me, I will call on him as long as I live. The Lord's just been showing me about mercy lately. And I looked up the definition, and it correlates with compassion. And oftentimes, I don't think we understand exactly what that means. And we talk about grace, but we are sinners. And God is merciful. And he loves us still. And like Jacob said, he wants to have a relationship with us. His love is like a storm. That means it consumes us. He wants to envelop us. He wants to be a part of everything about us. That is so special to me. So God, we just thank you for that. We thank you for your mercy, Lord. We are so unworthy, God. But yet, you come and you meet with us today. Lord, you love us. And you sent your Son, the most precious gift, God. God, we accept you, Lord. We accept your presence. Lord. Let's sing that again. Your love is crashing over me, it's searching like a raging sea. Immerse me in the wonder of your love. A downpour of unending grace consume me, all my reckless ways, my sins submerged. Your love has saved my soul. Your love is like a storm. Like a storm. crashing over me. It's surging like a raging sea. Immerse me in the wonder of your love. A downpour of unending grace consume me. All my reckless ways, my sins submerged. Your love has saved my soul. Your love is like a storm. Your love is like a storm.